This is Whitney, onboarding specialist for our hotel customers here at Tripleseat. On this video, we are going to go over how to detail your BEOs and other event documents. So let's say we've gotten back our signed contract, we've updated our booking status to definite, and now our client is ready to start working on event details. To begin detailing out your booking events, you're going to open your booking and click on the Master Docs tab. We need to add a new set of Master Docs, so I'm going to select from the drop down here, and for this stage in the conversation, we need our Event Documents template. To begin detailing out specific events within the booking, we need to select the events we are ready to work with. Whichever events we select here will appear on our documents. So if you want to create one BEO for each day's events, then you will select all of that day's events. I'm ready to work on Tuesday, so I can select those individually, or I can just hit select all next to the date and then continue. This brings us into our document template where all of our information is being stored and where we will do all of our detailing. At the top, we have our template tabs. So the first tab is our overall booking information, which is universal to all of our events. So we have our room block information, our booking agenda for events, etc. And then we've got a tab for each event that I selected. So I've got my Tuesday general session, my Tuesday lunch, and my Tuesday breakout. I'm going to start by detailing out my Tuesday general session. So I'm just going to click that tab open. Here I can begin adding all the details that I've discussed with my client. You're likely going to have a mix of text fields and line item fields, depending on what you'd like to include on your documents. So here in my timeline, I can add some notes. Then I can detail out my food from my pick list or freehand. So we're going to go ahead and arrange for continental breakfast. Whenever I add a line item, I want to make sure that I'm adding a quantity as well, so that Tripleseat will do the math for me. I can add beverage here. And so let's just say I wanted to add something freehand that wasn't already loaded in as a pick list. I can click add freehand. I need to assign a quantity, description, and a price. And whenever I'm adding something freehand, I want to be sure to go ahead and assign a category to it as well, so that it applies the applicable taxes and fees, as well as makes reporting accurate. So then I can just do that and hit add. Continuing down, this is where I would add my audio visual. Again, making sure that I'm applying a quantity. If I'm charging my client room rental, it's very important that I add it here in order for it to show up in the billing information to my client. One quick trick, if you can't remember what you quoted your client, hit save and continue to stay within your template, and then refer back to your booking tab. Here I can scroll down for a quick reference to be reminded what I contracted for as far as room rental for that general session. So if I just pop back into my general session tab, I can now add that room rental. So I'm just going to scroll down and I can add it freehand. Again, remember when you add something freehand, you need a quantity, a description, and a price. And then of course, assign that category. So moving down, I've got my kitchen notes where I can communicate directly to my kitchen team. got a spot for staff notes. And then, of course, my setup notes. And then at the bottom, I'm going to find my billing widget where all of my line items have been totaled up, as well as any of my taxes and fees. So I'm ready to move on to my lunch. So save and continue, stay within my template. And then I can move over to my lunch tab. So again, just adding any notes that I need. Of course, adding my menu. And my quantity. Beverage if I needed to. There's no audiovisual during lunch. No room rental that we're charging. The rest of my notes. And then save and continue to move on to my breakout session. My breakout session is pretty straightforward. I just need to be sure to add my audiovisual and my setup requirements, as well as my room rental. So quantity, description, my price, and my category. And then save and continue. This last tab is my preview tab. This is where I can see a summary of all the details that I've just entered. So at the top, I've got my general booking details, followed by the details for each event that I just worked with. So here's my general session, my notes, and my menu information, as well as my lunch and breakout. This is a great spot to come to make sure that you didn't forget something, or perhaps you entered something incorrectly. So I'm just going to scroll through and double check my work. I can see here on my breakout session that I forgot to add their audio visual. So if I just click here, it's going to pop me right back into that event. And now I can just add my audio visual. With the quantity. And now I'm ready to save the whole template. And here I can see I've created a new set of master docs. So just like our contract and proposals, we want to go ahead and rename the template to identify what these docs are for. I can rename it by clicking here and then clicking on the name at the top. So I'm going to go ahead and indicate that these are for Tuesday and then save. So we have our overall template where all of our information is and where any changes and updates can be made. And then we have all these different documents that we can share with our client and with our staff. If I want to take a look at a document before I share it, I can just click on the name. And here I can see my beautiful BEO with all that information we just added. These are live links, so when we share them with our clients, any changes we make can be seen in real time. So if my client needed to update a quantity on something, I would just pop back into my template, select the tab for the event that I need to edit, and make any changes I need to make. So let's go ahead and load them up on coffee. and then save. This change would now be reflected when the client looks at the document through their guest portal or if they were to refresh the link that I shared with them. When I'm ready to go ahead and start detailing out the rest of my booking events, I just follow the same steps. Master docs, add a document, and select the event documents template. From here, I would indicate which events I want to work with, select continue, and then move forward with detailing my events. Let's say my client wants to pretty much do the same thing on Wednesday that they did on Tuesday. A great time saver is to just go ahead and copy this template. So if I select Tuesday's template, over to the right, hit copy. And now I can indicate which events I want to copy to and from. So I want to go ahead and copy to my Wednesday general session from my Tuesday general session, to my Wednesday lunch from my Tuesday lunch, and same with the breakout. And then just hit copy. I've now very quickly made an additional set of event documents. I can rename my template to indicate that these are Wednesdays. And then from here, if I needed to make any changes, I could do so. So let's say that they wanted to keep everything the same as Tuesday, but they just want a different lunch on Wednesday. So we would go into Wednesday's lunch tab, scroll down to the menu. We're going to get rid of this deli buffet, and instead we'll do the barbecue. Of course, adding my quantity, and then just hit save. And now Wednesday's event documents are ready to share as well. This concludes our video on detailing booking events. Please continue to watch our other Tripleseat University videos to further your knowledge.